Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon, and today we're back with another Enlisted episode. And this time, we're going to be talking about the new Enlisted update. As you can see with this title, it is quite controversial off the bat. But without further ado, let's get started with this video and talk about this new update. Of course, this video has been made possible for the friends at Discord, meaning that if you haven't liked, subscribed, or joined the Discord, I highly suggest that you do. With that said, let's get started. For one, we have the new update, which just gives us a lot of stuff, like AA guns, new graphic changes which have made Enlisted more playable for lower end PCs like mine, new maps and paratroopers for Normandy. We have the new Gold Order weapons, Gold Order vehicles, and of course we have the Event Squad, which is amazing. But sadly, that is where we get to the controversial and outright bad part. The first one we have is straight outright money grab from Enlisted. Number one, they priced the Premium Squad, which is amazing by the way in terms of usage, but it is extremely overhyped, and in my opinion, it's literally very hyped. In the sense that, yes, paratrooper squads are historically fun, historically accurate, and holy cow, it's in Normandy, which means, voila, it's a very good squad, very good OP squad, which is not really the case, but Enlisted is hyping the premium squad, the premium paratrooper squad, so that you can buy them, and it's $59.99. Obviously, people like me are not going to buy them because I'm poor. $59.99 or $60 is literally the cost of some games out there. As a matter of fact, some games are even cheaper than $60. That said, we have the Event Squad, which makes up for the Premium Squad, not a lot. And the reason is simply because the Event Squad has the Type 100 rifle for the Japanese and the M1A1 carbine for the Americans, which is basically a rifle and a carbine and one carbine for the Americans, which is very interesting. In terms of the Premium Squad, we basically have the FG-42 and essentially a Thompson 100 round magazine, which is insanity. So off the bat, the both sides are going to be literally, one is going to be starving and one is already filled with amazing potential. Not to mention the fact that the Premium Squad, one is in Normandy, the Premium Squad, and the Event Squad is in Pacific, which is not a good side for me, if you ask me. Literally, it feels like Enlisted is just trying to milk every money out of you, which, hey, I'm gonna warn you, if you really have the choice, just get the Event Squad if you play. But if you ask me, the Premium Squad, they're just trying to milk money out of you. But that said, there is a reason why Enlisted is doing this, and in my speculation, is probably because Enlisted wants your money to earn money to help their staff for the next upcoming update, which, if you ask me, is the big progression update, which, in my opinion, is going to probably going to be coming in May or early June. So that's going to be very interesting. Another highly controversial thing that I found out was the new levels. For example, the Americans got the M2 carbine while the Japanese got the Type 4, not to mention the fact that Enlisted is only making a few new levels, especially for the Pacific. That said, that is also reasonable because the fact that adding more levels is just going to make Enlisted harder to map out the new progression, which is going to be insanity if you ask me. But still, giving the Americans an M2 carbine at the same level as the Type 4, which is, if you guys don't know the Type 4 is a semi-automatic rifle similar to the M1 Garand, but just 2 more extra rounds. Literally a Type 4 or M1 carbine with 2 extra rounds against the M2 carbine, which is literally one of the most overpowered guns in Enlisted. Which one do you think is gonna win? Obviously, once again, I know why Enlisted does this, and that is because the Americans are getting stomped. But once you have equal players on both sides, what's gonna happen is that the Americans are gonna be stomping the Japanese. So that's gonna be that. And now, the biggest controversial thing that I heard a lot of people talking about was this update was not the big update that Enlisted had, which means none of the issues are changed. Which, if you ask me, honestly, just wait for the next update. But I understand where everyone is going. We all want the next big update, and hopefully the next big update is going to be helpful for everyone. But that said, overall, I believe this update is going to be a big step for the next update, which, if you ask me, this literally is a money grab prerequisite for the next update, which is all of this is essentially preparing for the next big update, which I believe is in May or early June, which is, if it's sooner, the better. But I also hope Enlisted makes it pretty good, so that's that. But that's it, that's all for this update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. I'll see you in the next one.